wasting my time just getting by, as I'm drowning slowly. I scream into nothing just to feel something. Is anyone listening? The more that I feed it, the deeper I sink it. Is anyone listening? Locked up, I'm a prisoner of my mind, and I'm falling apart, pretending, believing that I know I'm not insane. Running in the big direction, somewhere your hands, it kills me slowly. I scream into nothing just to feel something. Is anyone listening? The more that I feed it, the deeper I sink it. Listen for the echo, that's the sign to let go. The echo, I scream into nothing just to feel something. Is anyone listening? I scream into nothing just to feel something. Is anyone listening? The more that I feed it, the deeper I sink it. So listen for the echo, that's the sign to let go. The echo, listen for the echo, that's the sign to let go. The echo,
Friday is becoming my least favorite day of the work week. What a mid-show that was tonight, man. How many of you guys even realized SmackDown was on tonight? Maybe they took the night off. Certainly felt like it on FS1. Roman Reigns is back. Feels like he doesn't even want to be there. Contract signing with LA Knight tonight to make their already official match official for Crown Jewel. It's funny how that works out. John Cena and Paul Heyman. Not that it is a surprise to anybody, but they had a great face-to-face. As Cena feels like he's losing that connection with the audience. Cedric Alexander. Wow, man. I'm surprised he's still employed. I'm glad that he is. Fine TV match with Dragon Lee. And outside that, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown was not very good this evening. Stop supporting mediocrity. I'm going to the OTS venue. We're going right downstairs to my mother's basement because I need something a little stronger tonight to help me get by. She's got the cure. When I get there, I got one very important question for you guys, man. Hopefully it's ice cold. But what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for October 27th, 2023. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Friday evenings, wherever you may be, man. I'm not really enthused tonight. Not really all that enthused, man. I can't wait for October to be over, man. I feel like there's a dark cloud hovering over us in the IWC, man. Everything that seemingly is happening in the world of pro wrestling right now, not really catching people's interest. Got the start of the basketball season. Everybody's excited about that. We got a very unexciting World Series between two shit markets in the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers. We got NFL football in full swing. We're already going into Week 8. NHL hockey, UFC. John Jones is fighting in 2 weeks, I think. Pro wrestling ain't it, man. Nobody seemingly interested in pro wrestling. Which makes what we do not really all that interesting because there really isn't as much audience as there is during a busy season. And then that translates to the shows. WWE even more so tonight because not only have they had a very bland and very lazy crown jewel build, because who gives a shit about the Saudi shows? We got Survivor Series coming up at the end of November. WWE isn't really doing anything to make SmackDown worth watching. The 1 week I went away is when SmackDown felt like it was a great show. Go figure. John Jones is injured. He's out. Okay, there you go. I figured I'd read something like that. Who's taking his place? What do they got, an interim champion again? It's always something with John Jones, man. Guy can never stay stable. Who cares? I'm not a big UFC guy. Yeah, some of you guys may be. It is what it is. John Jones is hurt. Oh, well. Getting back to SmackDown, you know, they really haven't done much to make SmackDown an enjoyable watch for 2 hours. They really haven't. Crown Jewel build is bland. WWE really isn't doing much on Friday nights to make it worthwhile. I don't know what the reason is for that. I don't know if it's because they know they're not going back to Fox and they don't really give a shit, so they're not loading up the show like they usually do or making it exciting. But man, oh man, SmackDown just feels very low budget. It's truly like a mixed bag. You'll get a great segment here and then a great segment there, and then everything in between is just painfully boring. I don't really know what to describe it as, but the way SmackDown feels to me, it almost feels like they, on top of no effort, there's no real wrestling on the show. Everything just seems very simplified. It's like the Cliff Notes version of what a pro wrestling show should be. There's nothing really to sink your teeth into. Everything is just so fucking simple. I mean, it's almost like it's catered to a fourth grader. Roman Reigns and LA Knight and the contract signing. All right. Does nobody question why we're getting a contract signing for a match that was already made official by WWE management? It's just an extra way to build towards a match that adds no real heat to the actual match taking place at the PLE. If you were excited about LA Knight and Roman Reigns already, this contract signing didn't do much to get you any more excited about LA Knight and Roman Reigns at the PLE. And I'm being upfront and honest with you. This segment sucked. Roman Reigns almost felt like he didn't even want to be there. He didn't really say much of anything. Maybe that was by design. Maybe he knows he's Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief. He's the head of the table. He's on the island of relevancy. LA Knight deserves the spotlight. Maybe everybody came to a consensus. Yeah, we'll give this segment to LA Knight. We'll have him look good over Roman tonight. We'll have him beat him in the promo segment. We'll have him lay him out at the end of the show. Oh, man, we'll give the fans some hope that he's going to win the championship. There is no hope. LA Knight's not winning the championship. No matter what you do, no matter what he says, he's not winning the championship. So get your mind off of that thought and move on to something else. But it honestly feels like Roman Reigns being back, he doesn't even want to be there. It's ridiculous. The segment didn't do anything. It didn't add anything. It wasn't risque. It wasn't, oh my God, I can't wait to see this match. It was just there. I hate contract signings. They're all the fucking same, especially WWE contract signings. They are legitimately all the same. I didn't think it was a good segment. How could it be a good segment when 50% of who's in the match basically was there and he didn't even really feel like being there? LA Knight was the entirety of that segment. Then we got John Cena and Paul Heyman. Said it on Twitter. SmackDown is so boring, I don't even tweet during SmackDown anymore. There's no storylines to physically dissect and dive into. There's nothing to wrap your mind around. Has anybody felt that way, or am I the only one? During Raw, I tweet every single match, every hour during Raw, I tweet. During Dynamite, I tweet. Doesn't happen every week with Dynamite because sometimes they have stinker shows. But for the most part, some of the storylines make you think. Some of the storylines on Raw make you think. They get you excited. I don't feel that way about anything on SmackDown. Like, what is there to really say about LA Knight and Roman Reigns? What is the story there? There really is no story. Oh, LA Knight, the fastest rising star on SmackDown. He's getting a championship match. Have we figured out why? Is there a legit why to why he's getting a championship match? And if there is a why, again, it's catered to a fourth grader. There's really nothing to say. There's nothing to really even give a thought to. Then you got John Cena and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's one of the greatest on the microphone that ever lived. John Cena is one of the greatest on the microphone that ever lived in pro wrestling. Of course, they're going to have a great segment. I love their segment. Anytime they speak, I stop what I'm doing and I listen. That's the power that they have over the audience. Now, John Cena's story is simple, but at least his is effective. He feels like he's losing connection to the audience. He's already stated that he hasn't won a match in how long? 2,000 days. He hasn't won a singles match on WWE TV. He's made that his mission. No matter what you think of the story, oh, it's lame, oh, it's last minute, oh, it's just for the now, it's a build to the pay-per-view, whatever the case may be, at least it's a story. It's not a story where I'm going to fucking wrap my head around and ask, well, why is that happening? I wonder if that's happening. Maybe they go in this direction. Maybe they go in that direction. Again, it's simple, but it's catered to a fourth grader. It works, but it caters to a fourth grader. Solo Sikoa and John Cena announced for Crown Jewel. Great. Doesn't really excite me, to be perfectly honest with you. And then in the main event, we got another match with LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. Some creativity there, Triple H. Why do we keep running the gambit of rematches? Oh, LA Knight's got to go through Solo Sikoa. Oh, LA Knight's got to go through Jimmy Uso. Catered to a fourth grader. What are we doing? Friday night is fucking grade school hour. It's kindergarten. Monday Night Raw feels like they're walking into fucking freshman year of high school. At least they make you fucking think a little bit. SmackDown maybe is sophomore year of high school. But SmackDown, man, it's like they show up to the fucking first day of school in second grade and they're sitting in the back of the class. I hope the teacher doesn't call on me. Let's get the coloring books out. That's what SmackDown is to me, man. That's exactly how it feels to me. I don't know how else to describe it to you. You know, when I watch pro wrestling, I want there to be something where I'm going to fucking just get in there, man, and get my hands dirty and think about it. Come up with reasons why. I can't come up with anything on SmackDown. I can't come up with anything on why this is happening, why that's happening. They're putting, oh, this guy is feuding with this guy because he interfered in his match. Oh, this guy's feuding with this guy because he doesn't like her. Or he doesn't like him. Bianca Belair's back feuding with Bayley because they attacked her in the back with a steel chair and damage control ganged up on her 3-on-1. Wow. They don't leave me asking the question of why. This is a problem. SmackDown seems to not care about creating engaging and intriguing television. Some of you might like that. I don't really give a shit what you like or what you don't like. All I can tell you is I don't like it because it doesn't make me think. And when it doesn't make me think, it doesn't make me want to sit here and talk about it because it doesn't excite me. There's no reason to talk about it because it goes in one direction only. SmackDown sucks. Shows like this suck. You may think it's good. You may think it's decent or mediocre. Oh, well, it wasn't a bad show. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Because it didn't make you think. And if it doesn't make you think, then I'm going to sit here and think you're a fucking idiot. And you want mediocre, and you want slow, and you want things that are easily comprehensible and easy to understand. I'm not your fucking teacher. I'm not going to give you a lesson and I'm going to let you fucking slack off on it. Hey, go home and do it, man. Whatever. There's the fucking cheat notes. No. I want to sit here and I want to fucking discuss. I want to take you on a ride. I want to take you into this direction and that direction. I want to take you into fucking different aspects of why this is happening, why it may not happen. Who's this? Who's that? Just doesn't. It doesn't feel that way on Friday. Some people don't care. Some people don't care. I care. We're going to try, like we usually do, we're going to try and go over SmackDown tonight, man. We're going to go over what happened on tonight's show. So much so that we got 1,100 people in here, man. It's getting to a point where SmackDown is generating the same audience as AEW Collision does. Just about even. It's getting to a point where I don't even feel like doing SmackDown the night on Friday after the show's over. Because everybody's mind is over there. Everybody's mind is over here. You're watching the NBA. You're watching the NHL. You're fucking jerking off to Pornhub. You're playing Spider-Man. Whatever the fuck you guys do for extracurricular activities. SmackDown seemingly is not feeling like a, hey man, let's go watch JD on YouTube type of night anymore. In fact, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't. I genuinely want to go back on another vacation, to be quite honest with you. Live streams aren't getting pushed out. Nobody's watching the streams. I could go look at everybody else in the community streaming. Fightful's got less than 200 people watching. Solomonster's live to 600 people. I fortunately got almost 1,200 people in here. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Are you guys burned out? Is YouTube fucking up? Do we all just suck? I don't know. It's been this way all week. I upload a video and people unsubscribe. I'm away for 6 days and I gain more subscribers without uploading a fucking video in 6 days. It's unbelievable. I'm already dead with a $100 super chat. Oh my goodness. Can you review MJF versus Kenny Omega tomorrow? LOL. I'm already dead. I guess if you're donating $100, man, I gotta be here tomorrow night, man. Absolutely, man. I will be here covering that match. I will not miss that match for anything tomorrow night. At all. I will be here live after AEW Collision goes off the air, and we will talk about it. I got to get with Jesse and see what he wants to do. I think he's got family over. If he can do it, he'll be with me. If not, I'll be live by myself. So I will be in the venue with you guys to talk about how great that match is going to be. Yes. So yeah, man, I'm in one of those. I'm in one of those moods, man. You know, really, I genuinely don't even want to talk about SmackDown. Honestly, I know you guys are here to talk about wrestling. We'll get into it, but you know, everything is everything is just down, really, and it doesn't make us really feel all that good. And I don't really know how to handle that, you know, because then I get in my own emotions and I get in my own way, and I'm like, is it me? Do I suck? Am I losing my touch? I know I'm not. But everything just seemingly has fallen off a fucking cliff lately. It just sucks. I don't know. The streams, you know, if you guys are content creators, I feel like when you live stream, I feel like it actually hurts you. Genuinely. Like, I'll upload this stream and I'll gain 0 subscribers from it. Nobody will have found the stream on YouTube. And I'm sure it's the same way with everybody else. Streaming on YouTube is fucking awful. It really is. I uploaded a video today. I uploaded a video yesterday. Something new, something different, right? Kind of a take on Hate Mail Monday, but it was wrestling related. Taking your hottest wrestling takes, right? I asked back in August, I think, right before I went to London. So I figured, you know what? Let me go back and see what you guys said in that tweet. And I took the 10 that I figured were the most intriguing. 10 of the hottest takes. Made a video on it. Uploaded it yesterday. You know what the comments I got? Oh, I don't want to see this type of content. What are you doing? I'm unsubscribing. I'm here for news. Like, I don't fucking upload news every day. Like, I don't talk about news every fucking day on Twitter. Right? Where am I going? It's like I try something new because I see other people doing it in the community and they're getting big numbers. But when I do it, no, nobody wants that content from me. They want news. I'm sorry. Then I sit here live on a fucking stream and YouTube doesn't push the fucking stream out. And everybody else in the community's got less than sub 100 fucking people watching. Where the fuck is everybody? I don't know, man. Got to get it off my chest. It's just, you know, things that I see and things that I feel and see on Twitter and in the community, man. You can't really say anything because nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Anyway, we're going to try and get into this SmackDown post. I know you guys want to hear me talk about this shit, even though really nothing of importance happened. But I thank you guys for joining me on the podcast tonight. Please hit that thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you do. Let's try for, I know we're not going to get 1,000 because we only got 1,300 people in here. Oh, my goodness, man. Jason Barker with a $100 super chat. Let's inject some life into JD, y'all. Let's get some Reds in here. Jason Barker, thank you so very much, my brother. I'm already dead, and Jason Barker coming in big with the bombs tonight here on the SmackDown post. I appreciate you guys very, very much. I can always lean on you guys to make me feel better, man, no matter what. Honestly. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. Like I said, we don't even have 1,300 people in here, and I know we're not going to get 1,000, but if we could get 750 likes, that would be a great start for the goal there on the thumbs up. It genuinely helps out the channel and helps out the podcast when you hit the thumbs up, so please go and do that. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications, and if you guys want to go check out all the content on the channel, I uploaded an extra today. We went over why Roman Reigns could potentially miss the Survivor Series. We went over CM Punk and his trolling when he was asked if he was going to be at the Survivor Series. He's like, no, I'm not going to be at the Survivor Series. A, the show's sold out. B, Larry's dealing with an injury. He's got a ACL surgery coming up. He's got to get a surgery on his ACL. And we all know dogs don't have ACLs. They have CCLs. How to become a fucking veterinary physician this afternoon in the comment section. JT, dogs do have ACLs. No, they got CCLs. A simple Google search will render that answer. What do you don't think I do my research before I fucking say something on the podcast, right? Sure. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go in blind and I make a mistake. You know, Impact travels weekly, says Taco Man. Now, we love Jesse. Anyway, tonight's show sponsored by my great friends over at Factor, guys. If you guys are wanting to really just separate yourself from eating like shit, Factor's got you covered. Factor is really going to make sure you have a proper meal in front of you on those days where it's snowing this winter and it's ice cold and all you want to do is sit in your PJs and play Spider-Man or Destiny 2 or Call of Duty. Whatever you're doing, man, Factor has got you covered, man. Today's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Factor. And if you guys sign up using my promo code JD from NY50, you're going to get 50% off your first Factor box. I want to give you guys a little glimpse into Factor before we get into this SmackDown post right here on OTS. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've sat in this chair in front of this microphone and I've been too lazy to cook myself anything for lunch. Or if I'm gaming, too lazy to get up and keep myself energized so I can continue that Destiny 2 grind session with the guys. The winter is coming. Nobody's going to want to cook anything. Nobody's going to want to go to the grocery store. Nobody wants to interrupt their gaming and content sessions. But what if I told you there's an easier way for everybody to stay healthy, stay nutritious, and get yourself a proper meal during those sessions? Today's podcast is sponsored by my great friends over at Factor. I know you guys are going to be just like me this fall and winter, man. Too busy to make yourself a meal. Make sure that you're eating well. Well, all that changes with Factor. Skip the extra trip to the grocery store, the shopping, the prepping, the cleaning up, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to making your content and get back to grinding your gaming sessions. Round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from breakfast items like their delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato and egg breakfast skillets. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. So this October, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, and absolutely no mess. So head on over to Factor75.com or click the link below and use promo code JD from NY50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Once again, guys, Factor75.com or click the link down below and use my promo code JD from NY50 to get 50% off your first box. And I want to thank Factor for once again sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. Hey, man, thank you guys for checking Factor out. Great sponsor for tonight's show. I really appreciate it. If you guys go check them out, man, 50% off your first box. Right here, courtesy of Off the Script. Use that promo code JD from NY50. I don't know what they're doing with LA Knight after this Crown Jewel pay-per-view. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what his future holds. I don't know if he's going to settle back into the mid-card. WWE seemingly is riding his momentum now while it's as hot as it is. The contract signing typically is usually very boring. on WWE television. It always ends up in the same way. One guy attacks the other. We get some brawl. Somebody goes through a table. Table flips over. Blah, blah, blah. Same shit. Contract signings are quite illogical in WWE. The match has already been made official, yet we got to get another stamp of official via the contract signing. Fine. Nick Aldis is in the ring. He oversees this thing, being that he's the new GM on Friday night. So LA Knight is sitting at the head of the table. He sits at the head of the table. Roman Reigns has to sit by the side of the table like a little child with Paul Heyman right behind him. Knight told everybody why they are here this evening. Knight said the contract states that Reigns is going to hand over the WWE title to LA Knight. Knight signed the contract, slid it over to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns smiled and backed away from the table. Heyman handed Roman Reigns a pen. Reigns held the pen up to his lips. Then he raised the microphone. He calls LA Knight an idiot. The crowd booed because everybody loves LA Knight. Reigns said he was talking to Knight, not the crowd. They booed more. Reigns said this was crazy and Knight must be stupid to just sign away without even thinking. Knight was looking at Roman. Reigns asked if Knight ever had a contract signing. No, not like this anyway. Reigns asked if LA Knight ever had a championship match. Not in WWE. Maybe in NXT, but it wasn't really for a recognized title in NXT. He did hold the $1 million championship at one point. Reigns says, you know what, being that this is your first time, I'm going to go easy on you because it's your first time. Reigns signs the contract. Reigns told Heyman, listen, the pen don't work. What am I doing here? Can't get me a fucking properly working pen? Heyman threw the pen and pulled out a second one. Reigns signs the contract this time with the working pen. Crowd started chanting, Roman's scared. He smirks and smiles again because he doesn't really believe the crowd is saying that about him. Reigns laughed. Aldis wished both men good luck at Crown Jewel. This concludes the contract signing. Whatever happens from this point on, I don't give a shit. I did my job. So Reigns gets up from the table. Knight said he's the head of the table and asked Reigns to acknowledge him. Knight said that Reigns wants to talk about Knight's firsts, but Reigns shouldn't underestimate him. Knight said if Reigns does, he's already beat. Knight says he's in this position after only 1 year. You're only in this position because Vince McMahon is no longer booking the shows the way that Vince McMahon was booking the shows. Yes, 1 year. 1 year. What a difference 1 year makes. Knight said the climb was so fast, Reigns doesn't know what hit him. Knight said at Crown Jewel, Reigns won't know what happened when he loses the title. Sure. Knight said that while Reigns failed over and over and over again, Knight's been out telling everyone whose game this is. Not yet. Not yet. Normally when he says that, they chant L.A. Knight. Yeah. Not yet. So Knight went on to say that there can only be one champion and only one night. Knight said that there's nothing Reigns can do about it, and that's a fact of life. Knight says he can't stop the gravy train, and he can't stop being L.A. Knight. Yeah. Reigns gets up from the table, lifted the table, threw it on L.A. Knight, and Reigns went to attack L.A. Knight in the corner. Reigns then lifted Knight to his feet, threw him into the turnbuckles. Reigns dropped to the outside. He pulled out another folding table underneath the ring. And Roman Reigns clearly does not want LA Knight to make it to Crown Jewel. So Knight tried to get to his feet. Reigns walked up to him. Knight started throwing some punches, throws Reigns into the corner, starts stomping a mud hole in him in the corner. Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere, hits the ring, and he attacks LA Knight from behind. Reigns, at this point, rolled out of the ring. Jimmy tried to check on Reigns. Knight recovered and back suplexed Jimmy through the table that Roman Reigns set up. Reigns tried to regroup at the top of the stage, and LA Knight stared him down from the middle of the ring. Commentary said this is the biggest match of LA Knight's career. Oh, yeah, man.
Girls with their nails done.
MGM Ballin with a $100 super chat. The true OTS faithful will always be here when you're on, JD, whether it's live or the next day. I always make sure to tune in to your reviews, and the people who unsub over the hot takes vid, get them out. Let's make this worth your while, good sir. MGM Ballin, Jason Barker, and I'm Already Dead. You guys are the VIPs, MVPs of tonight's stream, man. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. Always appreciate all three and everybody else in here. Always appreciate you guys being here on the show. Well, you guys don't like that hype music for the super chats? I'll get rid of it. I figured I'd try something new this week, man. This week was the week where I try some new shit. You don't like it? I'll get rid of it. I don't know. It is what it is. We're using it tonight. You don't like it? I'll do something else tomorrow. I got to find a nice bomb sound effect. I can't find one. Anyway, we got the contract signing with Jimmy Uso at the end of this thing going through the table and LA Knight standing tall. Now, LA Knight got the best of Roman Reigns here. It's a little bit too long. Yeah, I think I may shorten it. It may be a little bit too long. Naft Gaming. Yeah, you got a good point there, bro. I did not like this contract signing. I did not. I thought it was very, a lot of people were like overhyping this thing. A lot of people were really like kind of going out there. Oh, it was a great segment. Oh, it's a great segment. It was all right. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It just existed. It was basically WWE. This is the last week of their build. This is the last live SmackDown before the company flies to Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. They're taping another show tonight, or they have already taped another show tonight. But what did this segment do? I want you guys to really ask yourself this question. What did this segment do to get you excited about Crown Jewel and the match with LA Knight and Roman Reigns? It didn't do anything. LA Knight said his piece. LA Knight gave his explanation. It's nothing new that we haven't heard before. Roman Reigns, he didn't really say much of anything in rebuttal to LA Knight. Oh, this is your first title match. This is your first contract signing. You know what? I'm going to take it easy on you. And he signs the contract. What did Roman Reigns say to LA Knight to really enhance his side of the championship match? He didn't do anything. It almost came off like he didn't even want to be there. It almost came off like he was brushing LA Knight to the side already because he knows he's going to beat him. I get why you guys want to be excited. LA Knight, new talent, rising star, something new on SmackDown. I get it. But at the end of the day, he's not going to win the title. At the end of the day, we're going to go right back to where we were with Roman Reigns, cutting through everybody until he gets to Cody. That's it. And with the rumor that Roman Reigns may not even be at Survivor Series, I don't know what WWE is going to do with Roman Reigns. Now, I don't believe the report. I do think that Roman Reigns will be at the Survivor Series, and I do think that Roman Reigns will be in War Games. I don't know how you have a War Games match with the Bloodline and then Roman Reigns is not there. He's got to lead his faction into War Games. I'm not buying, oh, you got to keep Cody and Roman out of the ring. You got to keep them separate before WrestleMania. No. Cody and Roman can tie it up before WrestleMania. He's got a lot of angst and a lot of frustration he's got to get out. What is one War Games match going to do? It's not going to make you less interested in seeing the match at WrestleMania. In fact, it may actually enhance what they do at WrestleMania. But Roman Reigns didn't really feel like he wanted to be there tonight. He's brushing this match over. This is something that WWE is just going to do because LA Knight is hot and they got nobody else. Where they go with LA Knight after this? This is the one big question that I've been posing to everybody. What does WWE do with LA Knight after this Crown Jewel match with Roman Reigns? Does he go right back to the mid-card? Not quickly, not necessarily right away. He'll probably be on Team Cody if there is a babyface War Games team led by Cody Rhodes. But after that, what does he do? He preps for the Royal Rumble. He gets ready for the Royal Rumble. I already pitched LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship, depending on if LA Knight is even at that point. And Logan Paul wins the United States Championship from Rey Mysterio on Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. I don't know. And what they did tonight, not only in this segment, because LA Knight got the best of Jimmy Uso, LA Knight also got the best of Jimmy Uso at the end, and he got the best of Roman Reigns in the end. He gave Roman Reigns the blunt force trauma, the BFT. That's his finishing move. He laid Roman Reigns out to end SmackDown tonight. Now, the way that WWE tends to do things, and if you are reading the handbook of Pro Wrestling 101, the babyface got the best of Roman Reigns not once but twice tonight. So if they're taping SmackDown tonight, that will air next week on Fox, I'm pretty certain that Roman Reigns is going to get the best of LA Knight next week, and some sort of revenge will be had by Roman Reigns on LA Knight. Again, it's not terribly exciting, and it's paint by numbers WWE. They're not really doing anything exciting. This contract wasn't exciting. This contract signing wasn't exciting. The promos weren't exciting. The match with Jimmy Uso wasn't exciting. The beatdown by LA Knight on Reigns at the end of the show was not exciting. Sorry, guys. The match is not. The match and the build. The match itself will probably be a fine match. It will be a typical Roman Reigns match. Typical LA Knight match. They'll fucking tease you that he's going to win and he's going to come close to pinning Roman Reigns, and in the end, he's going to eat a spear. Or an outside interference is going to lead to a spear and Roman's going to retain the title. But they didn't do anything to sell you on the match any more than they already did. Mid. Do better. Seriously. But I don't think WWE wants to do better. I don't think they care about doing better. Carlito. He teamed with Santos Escobar against the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. This went 12 minutes. Not bad, but again, it wasn't terribly exciting. Paint by numbers tag team match here with the LWO and the Street Profits. Now, the Street Profits got new theme music. They got new theme music. They got a new presentation now that they're fully with Bobby Lashley. I like it. The only thing that we're missing is a name of this trio. What are we calling them? Do they have a name? What do they want to be called by? I mean, this has been going on for months now. And they've yet to settle on a name of their faction. Bobby Lashley and the Profits. What are we calling them? Something cool, something fucking unique. Hurt Business. What are we calling them? Nobody in the creative department said, you know what this thing needs? A name. No name yet. 12 minutes. Profits defeated the LWO here. We go to commercial break. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Montez was working over Santos Escobar. Escobar tried to fight back. Ford kicked Escobar, landed a big splash for a 2 count. Montez then settles into a chin lock, once again slowing things down. This all obviously led to Carlito getting the hot tag. So Escobar punched his way out of the chin lock. Ford cut Escobar off with a clothesline. Dawkins tags in. Profits double team Escobar. Dawkins ran at Escobar. Escobar comes back with a knee strike. Carlito gets the hot tag. Montez tags back in. And now we got Carlito with the hot babyface tag. He took out both Montez and Angelo Dawkins. Big spine buster on Ford. Goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Carlito set up a backstabber, but Ford countered into a roll-up with a 2 count. Carlito came back with a very nice looking neck breaker, but Dawkins broke up the pin. Escobar tagged in, and Rey Mysterio was shown in the back watching the match. All of a sudden, I don't know why they flipped the Titantron. Hey, Rey Mysterio is watching the match. The fuck you doing watching the match in the back? You should be out there. This is how stupid WWE production is. It's so childish. It's illogical. It just doesn't make any sense. The match is happening, and the LWO has the advantage, and they're on offense. All of a sudden, the Titantron shows Rey Mysterio watching the match in the back. All right, what the fuck are you doing watching the match in the back? Why aren't you out there? Bobby Lashley's out there with the fucking Profits. Why aren't you out there with Carlito and Santos Escobar? So they show him watching the match in the back, and all of a sudden Logan Paul attacks Rey Mysterio in the back. Carlito, all of a sudden, leaves Santos Escobar all by himself, runs to the back to go help Rey Mysterio, and the Profits hit their finish on Santos Escobar. 1, 2, 3, and the Profits and Bobby Lashley steal a victory from the LWO. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. This is the shit that I gotta watch on a Friday night, and then when people watch me, or when I say something on social media, why do you complain? Why don't you just watch the show? What am I watching? I'm watching fucking a show written by fucking people who didn't use a collective thought to make sense of a segment. May not be a big deal to you, but I thought it was a shit finish. Again, paint by numbers stuff. Nothing overly exciting. Don't know why they did that ending, but the only thing I can honestly come up with is Santos Escobar is going to get overly frustrated with the fact that things aren't going his way, and he's going to lose sight of the importance of the Latino world order, and he's going to go rogue. He's going to go heel. We're going to get the Latino world order losing Santos Escobar and the rest of Legado del Fantasma. That's what we're shaping up for here. Again, we got the LWO and we got this new Hurt Business feuding because they don't like each other. That's it. Because they wrestled and one team lost and they beat up Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar and they were in a 2-on-3 situation, and then out comes Carlito. Is there any real substance? Can anybody really tell me? Is there any real substance, any real story as to why these two factions are feuding outside of the fact that, oh, they don't like each other? Something a little more, please. If I wanted a first grade fucking pro wrestling show, I'd go watch, you know what, never mind. I promised Jesse I wouldn't make fun of that other promotion in Nashville. If I wanted some second grade bullshit, I'd go watch GCW. There you go. We'll just make fun of them and Jelly Janela. Fucking degenerate. Anyway. Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. They were in the locker room. Heyman and Roman Reigns were sitting on the couch, or Roman was sitting in his chair and Heyman was sitting on the couch behind Roman. And Paul Heyman had a Green Bay Packers championship belt. You know, one of those fancy custom championship football belts that WWE selling on WWE Shop. Every belt but the Jacksonville Jaguars. I wonder why. Reigns asked what it was, and Heyman explained. Reigns asked why. He said he's going to give the Green Bay Packers championship title to LA Knight because it's the closest him or the Packers will come to being champions. Jimmy came in, and obviously in the opening segment, he went through a table by LA Knight. He lays on the couch. He flopped on the couch like he was at home watching AEW. Reigns asked where Jimmy was. Jimmy says he was in the trainer's room. Or Solo. He asked where Solo was. Jimmy says he was in the trainer's room. Reigns asked Jimmy what happened. Jimmy says he ran the play. Reigns says it was the wrong play. Jimmy then says he calls an audible. I called an audible, Chief. Oos. Reigns told Jimmy he needs to take care of LA Knight. Jimmy then protested and said he was on the injured reserve list. Reigns looked at Jimmy not very happily. He was very angry. Jimmy says he was off the injured reserve list. Reigns demanded a match between Jimmy and LA Knight tonight. Heyman said he would talk to Nick Aldis and walked off. Jimmy then said, yeet. And Reigns reminded Jimmy that he doesn't like the word yeet. Roman Reigns doesn't like anything nowadays. So all this segment did was basically do a cheap plug for their custom NFL titles during football season because they were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin tonight. And Roman Reigns doesn't like the word yeet. There you go. What a segment. Bare bones stuff by Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. Logan Paul was in the back. And he was interviewed by... Who was it? Who was interviewing him? Kathy Kelly, I think, interviewed him. Kathy Kelly interviewed Logan Paul and asked him why he took out Rey Mysterio. Logan Paul says, well, you never know what your next move is going to be, right? Pulled a surprise play on him. You never know what the next move is going to be. He said his fist is bigger than Mysterio's head, and that's why boxing has weight classes. Logan Paul walked off and passed Kevin Owens. Owens was wearing a Rey Mysterio shirt, and Logan Paul said, hey, man, that's a whack shirt. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller appeared. Fun fact, I never in my entire being used the word whack to describe anything. You may find that to be a little bizarre or odd. I never used the word whack to describe anything. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller appeared. They joked about Owens saying that they had punchable faces. Owens thinks they both have punchable faces. All this was there, and he broke them up, and I think Jamie Noble was there as well. They got officials back there pulling these guys apart because they were making a ruckus. They were making a lot of noise. So Jamie Noble walks away with Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens is asking Jamie Noble, you know I can punch these guys in the face and knock them both out at the same time with one punch, right? And Jamie Noble's like, yeah, I know. Walks away. And all of a sudden, Kevin Owens comes back into frame, and we see one huge right hand just come across both Austin Theory and Grayson Waller's face, and he drops both guys at the same time. Kevin Owens is on SmackDown, and they split him from Sami Zayn because Cody Rhodes got a little greedy. And now Kevin Owens is on SmackDown, not really doing much of anything. They did tease Logan Paul and Kevin Owens at one point. Kevin Owens may be going after the United States title after Logan Paul beats Rey Mysterio a week from tomorrow at Crown Jewel. Maybe that happens at the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens knows a thing or two about championship matches at the Royal Rumble. We may get it. He's going to need something. He's going to need to defend that title against somebody. But at the end of the day, Kevin Owens is just going to settle into that role of helping everybody else and then not helping himself. It's the vicious cycle of Kevin Owens moving over from Raw to SmackDown, man. It happens every single time. This was a whack-ass SmackDown. There you go, man. There you go. There you go. I know. It's the first time for everything, man. First time for everything. This old whack-ass SmackDown. Kayla Braxton was in the back. She welcomed Dragon Lee. Lee says he's happy to be on SmackDown. Cedric Alexander walks in. Wow. Cedric's still employed. It's crazy. I thought he was working in the kitchen. Man, this guy's been in catering for how long now? Alexander said that Lee reminds him of himself. Alexander said seeing Lee lights a fire in him. Alexander challenged Lee to a match. Lee said it would be his pleasure. Cedric Alexander, man, way too good to be sitting in the back. Maybe with Triple H in charge, we start to see Cedric get more of a role. I thought he was on Raw. Apparently he's on SmackDown. Who the fuck remembers? Who cares, right? Cedric is on SmackDown. Maybe he gets more TV time over here, man. We'll see what happens. Shotsy. I know that elicits excitement in everybody. Shotsy. They showed a clip from earlier today with Aldis and Shotsy. Shotsy thanked Aldis for letting her host Halloween Havoc on Tuesday on NXT. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven walked in. They trash-talked Shotsy. And then Shotsy asked Aldis for a match with Chelsea Green. Aldis made the match official. So we get Shotsy versus Chelsea Green. Match goes 3 minutes, and it was fucking awful. Shotsy wrestles like she's underwater, swimming in quicksand. And Chelsea Green, she tried. Chelsea tried. But Shotsy wins in 3 minutes. Green apparently was knocked off the apron and then pulled Shotsy to the second rope. Green recovered, delivered a faceplant suplex, sent Shotsy to the mat. Green came off with a drop kick, and Green started celebrating with a very lackadaisical cover, and Shotsy with a roll-up in a leverage pin situation and got the victory over Chelsea Green in 3 minutes. Wow. Color me shocked, man. 2 women that WWE clearly doesn't give a shit about. 3-minute match on SmackDown. Great. Gotta love it. Everybody's going to be like, oh, JD, he hates the women. He hates the women. Oh, JD made fun of Shotzi's haircut. Shotzi sucks. Has she done anything to get better? Now, I'm no fucking wrestling psychologist or wrestling fucking historian. I'm not some wrestling coach that's been in the business for fucking 50 years, but I know a good match from a bad match. I know a good wrestler from a bad wrestler. Shotzi is a bad pro wrestler. I don't know what happened. I don't know where she went wrong. She wasn't this bad in NXT. She had some fucking balls in NXT. She had some fire in NXT. Seems like all that fire that she had went along with her haircut. She gets worse every fucking time she's in there. WWE showed postcards of Berlin, Germany. Apparently, WWE, if you guys are living in the cave somewhere, WWE announced that the Bash in Berlin will happen August 29th. August 29th, 2024. WWE shaping up to have a great year internationally. Go easy on Shotsy. She sucks. Blow me. You don't like it? Go watch somebody else. Was it a good match? Would you describe that as a good match? I know I wouldn't. So what exactly did I say wrong? Bad match. Called it out as a bad match. If it was a good match, I'd have some gleaming things to say about it, man. I'd be nice, and I'd be over the moon about it. Oh, man, what a great performance by the ladies out there. It sucked. John Cena. We're getting into hour 2 here. John Cena in the ring. He addressed the Wisconsin crowd. John Cena said the energy is different for him here tonight. He said it's special, but it's serious. He said it hasn't been this serious since 20 years ago when WWE wanted to fire him. Cena says imagine that WWE would fire John Cena. Amazing. Good thing they didn't, huh? John Cena says he dug in deep and turned it around, and now he shares it with the fans. Cena says he's always given his all, and the fans give it to him. Cena says the fans give him noise whether he likes it or not. He said the fans have given him support when he's needed it the most, and they've given their respect. Cena said Crown Jewel is serious for him because it feels like he's in jeopardy of losing the crowd's support and respect. The crowd started chanting for Cena. Cena says they can't ignore the math. The crowd then started to chant, "You still got it." Cena asked the crowd, "What if I don't?" He says they can't ignore the data, and he needs to deliver. He says he wants to keep the support of the crowd. Cena says he has one match at Crown Jewel that he needs to win, and that's against Solo Sikoa. Cena said WWE uses the term must-see all the time. He says they're not lying, and Crown Jewel is a must-see. Cena said that for him, it's also a must-win. Cena said it's time to knuckle up and deliver. So Paul Heyman, he comes out. Heyman introduced himself. He says he's out there with no hustle and no loyalty to anything but the truth. Heyman says he's out here with respect. He says he deserves that based on his past reactions because the crowd was chanting, "You suck, you suck." Heyman asked Cena if he could get in the ring. Cena said, sure. Heyman entered the ring and extended his hand to Cena. Cena shook it after thinking about it for a second. Heyman says they're sold out tonight. He thanks Cena for the house and 21 years of sold-out arenas based on his name. He mentioned that it started when he ran SmackDown and asked Cena to join SmackDown from OVW. Heyman says he raised his kids to be more like Cena than himself. He said Reigns proved that Cena wasn't the greatest of all time in the ring anymore. Heyman says it's not a bad thing, but then he goes on to say that Cena is the greatest of all time at communication on the microphone in WWE. He said that Cena has a bond with the crowd that he will never have. And Cena, he's looking at Cena. He said Cena can talk like no one else can. Heyman says he's been doing this for 100 years and he's still on top. Heyman then goes on to say Cena could have been him until he pissed off the bloodline. Heyman said the order came down from the top, Roman Reigns. Heyman said if Sikoa hits Cena with the spike, then Cena can't talk anymore. He says Cena's best ability could be taken away from him. Heyman said Sikoa takes Cena's voice away and the bloodline takes Cena from the fans. Heyman said that Cena said this is a must-win. It's something that he can't win. Heyman says that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. So Solo hits the ring and from behind took out Cena. Sikoa landed a spinning Solo on Cena and posed. He then motioned for the spike, but Cena tried to block. Sikoa landed the spike anyway. Cena was down as Sikoa stood over him, and Heyman and Solo left the ring with Cena lying on the mat, gasping for air. Now, everybody was talking about Cena and Solo as a match that was going to happen during Cena's run here in WWE. A lot of people were like, well, if John Cena is going to stick with WWE into WrestleMania season, the one thing that would probably make sense would be John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. Now, that could very well still be the case. We don't really know. We don't know how long Cena is going to be with WWE. As soon as Hollywood gets back up and running, Cena's finished. He even said so himself. This may be the only time that they get to wrestle. I see a lot of Umaga in Solo Sikoa. Clearly. As does a lot of people. This is not going to be Umaga versus John Cena. That's a legendary feud that will live in the annals of WWE history. But WWE is going to try and recreate what they had with Umaga and John Cena here with Solo. Now, I don't think they come close, but the match, as far as the story, like I told you in the beginning, very academic, very simple, very basic. Cena hasn't won a match in over 2,000 plus days, and John Cena needs to win. He has a desire to win. He's putting the utmost importance on the W. He says the fans are starting to lose connection with him. He feels the connection being lost. He needs to get back in the good graces of the fans. He needs to win. This is important. It's win or go home. He wins, it gives him the confidence that he can continue doing this for a little bit longer. He loses, he goes home. He may call it quits. He may call it a day if he loses to Solo Sikoa. The story is simple. It's easy for anybody watching the show to really go out there and call or enjoy if you enjoy this type of simplistic storytelling. Can't really hate on the segment. In fact, I thought this segment was more effective than the Roman Reigns and LA Knight segment in the opening of the show. I thought that they did a great job here. They did a better job here selling John Cena and Solo Sikoa more so than they did LA Knight and Roman Reigns in the contract signing to open the show tonight. And I think a lot of people kind of feel that way as well. Some people enjoyed both segments. I enjoyed this segment more than I did the opening segment. It's tough to not when it's John Cena and Paul Heyman. It was effective. Was it breaking the boundaries type shit? Was it the best promo that John Cena cut? Was it the best promo that Paul Heyman cut? No. They did paint by the numbers, bare bones stuff, still came off good to get you to Crown Jewel with a very simple story behind it. It's basically it. LA Knight was in the back. He said Heyman talks about pissing off the bloodline, but the bloodline needs to worry about who they piss off. Knight said that he's going to grab Jimmy by the pigtails and ride him around the ring until he says it's Knight's game. Whoa. Get your minds out of the gutter, man. He's going to ride Jimmy around the ring? Whoa, bruh. Come on now. Dragon Lee. He goes one-on-one with Cedric Alexander. The fact that Shotsy and Chelsea Green got 3 minutes is a disgrace. They should have gave those 3 minutes to these guys. This did not go as long as I would have liked it to go. They went 8 minutes, actually. They could have given the 3 minutes of Shotsy and Chelsea to these guys to go 11 minutes. I thought this was a good TV match. It actually reminded me of what Cedric did in the Cruiserweight Classic with Kota Ibushi. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go out and find that match from many, many moons ago. Excellent stuff. It's really what made Cedric Alexander a WWE superstar. I thought this was good. Cedric works very well. He's starting to look a little like Swerve out there, Swerve Strickland, or Chris Bay, or one of those guys, but WWE figures, you know what? They got Swerve, we got Cedric, right? They got Chris Bay, we got Cedric. Let's see if we can model Cedric after those two talented performers. Cedric is so good that he could stand on his own, man. Promo's not the best, but in-ring, Cedric is great. Now, Dragon Lee. They're going to be doing some big things with Dragon Lee. They recently paired him with Cameron Grimes, who we did not see tonight. This was a one-on-one match with Dragon Lee getting the victory. Very nice match here. So Alexander, he is on the defense. He comes back with an arm drag on Dragon Lee. He landed a chop. Dragon Lee chops him right back. They went back and forth with some chops together. They're on the apron. Dragon Lee hit a running knee. Alexander responded by slamming Lee onto the apron, and we go to commercial break. Alexander, back from break, hits a Michinoku driver that looked pretty brutal. Goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Dragon Lee was on the apron, and the two men battled up top on the top turnbuckle. Double stomp by Dragon Lee onto Cedric. Lee landed a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. Alexander then comes back and tries to slam Lee, but they go right into pin attempts, and neither one got the best of the other. Lee hits a big move, and it looked like an inverted DDT, and that was enough to win the match. After the match was over, the two shook hands, and Cedric Alexander raised Dragon Lee's hand in a show of respect. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cedric Alexander is criminally underused and underrated. They put him out there with Dragon Lee to showcase what the guy could still do. And again, if they want to push Cedric Alexander as a solo on SmackDown, it's going to take a lot of rehabilitation to get him back in front of the casual audience and them get behind him. This is what happens when you bury somebody for years because Vince doesn't like him or finds no value in him. Now Triple H is in charge. He's going to give Cedric Alexander another shot. And when he's out there, he gets no reaction with the ring entrance. He gets no reaction in the ring unless he does something fucking big in there. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for a lot of these men and women to get back into good graces with the live audience. It's going to take a lot for Tegan and Xia Li and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. It's going to take a lot for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. It's tough. But this is what happens when Vince has neglected a good portion of the roster. Now Triple H is trying to get them back on TV, and it's going to take a long time for that to happen. Bianca Belair. She returns, and she's targeting Damage Control. Belair is out there, and she's talking about Damage Control and Bayley. And apparently, she wants revenge on what they did to her 2 months ago. Belair says she was excited to be on SmackDown. Belair said she was just getting started because while she was away, she only had one thing on her mind: revenge. From there, she threw it to a video package of her being attacked by Damage Control 2 months ago. Belair said it hurt to watch that replay back again. Belair said for the first time she was out and she sat at home with nothing but her thoughts. She said she thought about how she could make Damage Control pay. She said she couldn't let it go. Belair said for the first time in her life, she was consumed with vengeance. Belair says she has a plan that she took to Nick Aldis earlier. As a result of the meeting with Nick Aldis, Belair is getting a rematch against Io Sky at Crown Jewel for the WWE Women's Championship. Belair also said she will face Bayley next week on SmackDown. Bayley said she will take out Damage Control one by one before she reclaims her title, and she slammed the microphone down in a fit of anger to end the segment. Now, I'm actually kind of worried about Bianca Belair and Io Sky, with Bianca Belair retaining, or regaining, I should say, the title over Io. Now, I know a lot of fans don't want to see Io drop the title, but this is the most dangerous that the title will really feel being dropped off of Io at Crown Jewel. I don't see, maybe Charlotte gets involved. I don't know. I mean, they got that Charlotte card that they could actually play. She got screwed over last week. She doesn't want Bianca winning the title and coming back and getting a championship match when she feels that she should be the champion after what happened last week. We may get a triple threat of sorts. This may lead to War Games. I don't know. The men's War Games match seems valid. Seems like there's a reason as to why that match is happening. The women, I would not force a War Games match at Survivor Series. I would not force a women's War Games match at Survivor Series. And if it does, it'll end up being Damage Control, and then they got to go find two partners. And then it'll be Bianca Belair and Charlotte and Asuka and Kairi Sane or whoever else they want to bring back. Do you care? Seems like it's just forced. Now, if you want to do a regular Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination and really play up to the old school homage of Survivor Series, fine. But Bianca Belair could realistically steal that title from Io at Crown Jewel. But Charlotte is the wild card from stopping that of happening. We'll see. Again, nothing exciting here. Paint by the numbers stuff. She sat at home for 2 months thinking about vengeance and revenge on Damage Control. She's going to take them out one by one. Now, next week, the Bayley match more than likely is going to be a setup or an angle to get to Io. Bianca versus Io. Great. Nothing exciting here. Next week, we got Bianca versus Bayley and then a weigh-in. A weigh-in between Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. You know who's a big fan of weigh-ins? Ah, that's great shit, pal. Do we really need a weigh-in for Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio? Come on now. LA Knight. He goes one-on-one with Jimmy Uso in the main event of SmackDown. Not bad. I just don't give a shit. I don't. They started the match. They start trash talking each other. They're locked up. Jimmy knocked LA Knight down. Kind of trolled him and posed at him a little bit. Jimmy went for a cheap shot. LA Knight countered with a big elbow. Suplex, goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Started working Jimmy's arm. And he started trash talking Jimmy while doing the armbar. LA Knight hit the ropes, kicked Jimmy before landing some drop kicks. LA Knight went on the apron. Jimmy took control with a snap suplex, and we go to commercial break. So we come back from break, and Jimmy landed an uppercut, slowed the match down, and Jimmy went for a hip attack. He hits one. He went for another one. Knight countered out of the corner with a clothesline. Jimmy ran Knight into the ring post to come back again. He starts chopping LA Knight. Knight came back with chops of his own. Knight hit a reverse DDT. He took advantage. Knight then goes on a nice string of offense. Russian leg sweep, DDT, goes for cover. Gets a near fall. Knight stomped Jimmy, ran at Jimmy. Jimmy bails, rolls to the outside. LA Knight meets him out there. He slams Jimmy's head on the commentary table repeatedly. And crowd, every time Jimmy's head went into the commentary table, said, yeah, yeah, yeah. We go back in the ring. Knight came off the top, missed whatever he was going for. Jimmy hit a Samoan drop, 2 count. Jimmy went to the top. LA Knight cut him off. Jimmy fought him off, knocks him down, flies off the top, hits an Uso splash. Jimmy goes back up top. Knight cut him off, landed the superplex. BFT, and that was enough to win the match. So we go from the superplex into the BFT. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight gets the victory over Jimmy. Yeet. After the match, Roman Reigns tried to attack LA Knight from behind, but LA Knight sidestepped him, hit the BFT on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sold the BFT, and he yelled at Reigns as the show went off the air. So I'm assuming, like I said before, LA Knight is going to get his ass handed to him next week by the Bloodline and by Roman, and they're going to go off the air, giving you some semblance of hope that LA Knight is going to beat Roman Reigns like they did tonight. No. Not going to happen. LA Knight's not beating Roman Reigns. WWE can tease you all they want. It's not going to happen. Decent match with Jimmy. I just don't care because we've seen this song and dance before, man. It's not exciting. It's not. There's no intrigue. There's no unpredictability. LA Knight's in a match with Jimmy Uso. He's got a championship match on Saturday, a week from Saturday. Is he going to lose to the henchman of Roman Reigns? No. Jimmy Uso is nothing but a punching bag. He's a jobber. He's the jobber of the bloodline. While Jay is main eventing on Raw, Jimmy's main eventing and losing every fucking match that they put him in. SmackDown is very basic, kindergarten-like storytelling. It's not exciting. There's nothing to really sink your teeth into, man. There's nothing. I want to sit there and I want to think. I want to dissect. I want to fucking come up with different scenarios. I can't come up with nothing. It's just fucking straight to the point with SmackDown. It's like you pick up a coloring book and they color it within the lines so perfectly, man. Color outside the lines. Give me some fucking chaos. Anyway, we're going to get into the super chats in just a little bit. Want to thank you guys for joining me on the podcast tonight. Please hit that thumbs up. Would love to see another 100 likes on tonight's stream. Can we get 750 likes on tonight's SmackDown post right here on OTS? Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And make sure you guys go out and check out my great friends over at Factor. We're going to shoot you another ad right here for Factor, man. Go and check it out. It's going to help you have a great winter season, man. When you guys don't want to cook anything, when you guys want to sit there and game and have those long sessions when it's fucking frigid outside and there's nothing going on, and you're going to give yourself some nice, nutritious meals along the way, Factor's got you covered, man. Make sure you go check out Factor, tonight's sponsor right here on OTS. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've sat in this chair in front of this microphone and I've been too lazy to cook myself anything for lunch. Or if I'm gaming, too lazy to get up and keep myself energized so I can continue that Destiny 2 grind session with the guys. The winter is coming. Nobody's going to want to cook anything. Nobody's going to want to go to the grocery store. Nobody wants to interrupt their gaming and content sessions. But what if I told you there's an easier way for everybody to stay healthy, stay nutritious, and get yourself a proper meal during those sessions? Today's podcast is sponsored by my great friends over at Factor. I know you guys are going to be just like me this fall and winter, man. Too busy to make yourself a meal. Make sure that you're eating well. Well, all that changes with Factor. Skip the extra trip to the grocery store, the shopping, the prepping, the cleaning up, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to making your content and get back to grinding your gaming sessions. Round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from breakfast items like their delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato and egg breakfast skillets. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. So this October, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, and absolutely no mess. So head on over to Factor75.com or click the link below and use promo code JD from NY50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Once again, guys, Factor75.com or click the link down below and use my promo code JD from NY50 to get 50% off your first box. And I want to thank Factor for once again sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys very much for checking out Factor, man, my sponsor for tonight's show right here on OTS. Hey, Robert Bell, who the fuck cares about this shit food? Now get the fuck out of my chat, brother. Goodbye. Podcasters take sponsorships because it's extra income. Robert Bell clearly has the IQ of a fucking pencil and showed everybody in the chat how much of a fucking retard he is. Thanks, Robert Bell. Get the fuck out. Reggie Smith, the link is pinned on top of the live stream chat. Everybody, Factor and the code is pinned on top of the live stream chat. Do I got to buy everybody prescription glasses tonight? Michelle with a $5 super chat. Show was mildly entertaining. No, it wasn't. But after CJ, Crown Jewel, they better heat up the Bloodline story because now it feels stale. And when will Jimmy Solo turn on Roman? I don't know. Robert Bell, a fat slob who eats McDonald's 6 days out of 7. Confirmed. Beyond the script with the $4.99, Booker T states Punk is better off in TNA. Way to tell us he's returning to WWE without saying he's returning to WWE. Booker, good job. Love you, JD. That doesn't really mean much of anything, man. I still think Punk ends up in WWE. Hologram with 35 months. 35 months and counting, and you are still the best in the game of what you do. Much love, brother. OTS for life. Thank you, Hologram. As always, bro. Neon Rose or Rose. Neon Rose makes you sound feminine. I'm sorry, bro. Neon Rose with a $9.99. LA Knight let Roman have it tonight with that promo. And BFT at the end. Even though he isn't winning, I'm an LA Knight guy, so I hope he gets that U.S. title at Mania. I'm sure he will get there. I hope so. Neon Rose with a $4.99. Also sub to the other channel and been very much enjoying the Pokemon card stuff. Keep it up. It's funny you mentioned that, Neon Rose. After this video's over, I'm recording something new for you guys for tomorrow. Tone C with an 8 months. 8 months. Yeah. Thank you, Tone C. Neon Rose, 1 month. Let's go. That's what I like to see, man. I love that energy. I love that excitement. Get Robert Bell out of the chat. I mean, I thought I benched this guy. Get him the fuck out. Triple H is ruining WWE. You know what's ruining my night, Robert Bell? The fact that your sister didn't fucking return my phone call. I need some fucking activities to do at the end of the stream, man. All I need to do is drive the Mustang over to her house and park it in front of the house, man. Her fucking panties are wet already. Wait till I get the Dark Horse. Gonna be like fucking Niagara Falls before I get there. Fuck off. JP, 37 months. Always in support of OTS. Also, thank you for the Glacier Gin suggestion. And honestly, my attempt at drink mixing was probably more fun than SmackDown. I'm sure it was, brother. Yes, Glacier Gin, man. I had never had that one before. Good stuff. I enjoy a good London dry gin. But this one was very good, man. I'm Already Dead and Jason Barker and MGM Ballin. You three gentlemen. Salute. Paul Van Tassel with 34 months. Just keep doing your thing on the channel, JD. You got full support from me and my family and my cat, Garfield. Give my love to Garfield, Paul. MGM Bowling with a $4.99. I personally would prefer the booze for the bombs. You know, like that natural Dom heat. That's very organic and not piped in. I'll see if I can shorten that the little hype music that I got there. Jason Barker with a $10 super chat. Let's get some controversy here. How do you feel about Straight Shoot PC? The new wrestling podcast with Conman and Mr. Tesh. Basically a Wish version of Tuesday Night Titans. I don't know what that is, Jason. Straight Shoot PC? The fuck does PC mean? Now I gotta look it up. Because now I'm genuinely curious as to what this is. Let's put on some music. Straight Shoot PC. Wrestling. Podcast. Wow, man, they got 1,000 views. Wow, they got 60,000 subscribers, and the last video they uploaded was 5 days ago with a 1,000 view video. Wow, man. Wow. Look at the views on their channel, man. Holy shit. 57 views, 816, 538. They got 60,000 subscribers, man. Can you say botting subscribers? They just streamed 2 hours ago. They got 312 views on SmackDown. Whatever, man. It's amazing what people will watch and consume nowadays, man. Seriously, people think I'm bad. Jason, thank you, brother. Drake Schneider with a 5. Hey, JD, I was actually in the arena tonight, and I went right home to your stream. You're my favorite influencer. Much love over here for you, brother. Drake. Didn't they tape another SmackDown? I appreciate you leaving SmackDown to go watch the stream immediately, man. Appreciate you. Denise has the worst intro to any podcast that I've ever heard in the existence of podcasts.
It's a podcast party!
Angel Alaga with 18 months in the venue. Angel. Thank you so much, brother. What the fuck are you drinking tonight, Angel? D'Angelo Hayes with a $5 super chat. Now that Triple H is back in charge of creative, do you think we'll get the King of the Ring PLE next year that we were supposed to get back in May? I hope so. I hope we get a King of the Ring, period. It's on pay-per-view, if it's on Raw, if it's on SmackDown, whatever, man. Just give me a King of the Ring. Zero Kaiba with 18 months. Thank you, brother. Safe to say we are all ready for Survivor Series, and this Crown Jewel build feels like a chore to get through. It usually is, all the time. I'll still be here every week. Thank you, Zero.
Cody! Cody, can I ask you a question, Cody?
And Gig Worker with 5 months. What's up, JD? Which 2 songs would you choose for the Raw or SmackDown intros? The current ones over the past few years don't fit. Don't give me that hype to watch. I don't know, man. I don't know what. Listen, I'd go with something a little more edgy. A little bit of a harder edge to it. Some guitar and some bass and some double kick drum. Something, man. Something metal related, rock and roll, something. They usually they stay safe. They're always safe with their music choices, man. And then they don't work out. When I watch pro wrestling, I immediately think like rock music, right? I don't think of the current SmackDown theme, and I don't think of the current Raw theme. I mean, I think both themes suck. Thank you, Gig Worker. And Drake Schneider with a $10 super chat. They started taping, but I would rather have watched you. It was boring as hell. But for real, keep up the great work. You single-handedly pulled me out of it. Can't thank you enough. Drake, thank you, brother. Hopefully you enjoyed your evening, man. Guys, I'm getting out of here. I really appreciate you hanging out tonight on the podcast, on the live stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be live with Saturday Night Collision, Kenny Omega and MJF for the world title. I will be here live. No doubt about it. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Go check out all the content on the channel, please. If you missed anything, there's plenty of it. Extra today, video yesterday. Go check it out. And please hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes on tonight's streaming. Go check out Factor, JD from NY50 for 50% off your first box. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow night for AEW Saturday Night Collision right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.